Hey guys, Coach Amelia Adair here. Hope you guys are feeling good and doing good. Okay, okay. Let's get into part two, dealing with abandonment. And this time we're going to focus on being afraid to let go. Afraid to lose, afraid to let go. Hold on, y'all. Hey, as soon as I start talking, don't look. Okay, okay. Oh yeah, I can start doing that. Because I be going like this. So when I cough, I'm going to do this. Um, so yes, guys, when you're dealing with abandonment, a lot of times we get a hold of things and we feel like they are meant to last forever. Sometimes people, sometimes things, sometimes places, anything. You know what I'm saying? We kind of have that I don't want to let go, I don't want to lose you feel because we know what it was like when we lost that one that we loved. Ooh. Anybody feeling me in the house? Hold on, I gotta call. mm. So, guys, let me tell you, been there, and letting go, for those who don't know, feels like, how can I explain this? It makes us revisit those feelings when we lost someone we didn't want to lose and we didn't have a choice. So when we have the choice to lose someone, meaning not like obviously not death, but when it's just time to let things go, like things run their course. Sometimes we stay in relationships for so long just because we don't want to let it go. We don't know how to let go. We never had great let goes that we don't want to let anything go. Baby, if you don't start letting that stuff go, sometimes we hold on to stuff way too long, weighing ourselves down at some point. We are weighing ourselves down so because we running from the feeling of dealing with letting go. When a relationship, I'm speaking to myself. I'm sorry, y'all. Just having a moment. Because as I'm saying this, I'm like, you couldn't say this to yourself. But y'all know, I do these videos. A lot of times I'm talking to myself. But I know that there's so many people that can relate to things that I be dealing with, and I'm not alone. So that's why I just be vulnerable about it. Like, I'm going to just let y'all know it all. It's going to help. Okay? You got to learn how to let go. That might have been the answer I was looking for the other week. Because let me tell y'all. Let me see. Should I talk about it? Because I know some people be watching my video and, I don't want him to know I'm talking about him. But anyway, this somebody, okay, just wanted to keep kind of popping into my life. And I had to realize that sometimes people don't want you to let them go either. They don't want to do what's right to stay in your life, but they want to be in your life. And if you're trying to grow, you got to let them go. And a lot of times and I made a post about this. Hold on, y'all. I'm trying to see me cleaning these boogers. I hope I don't got none. But a lot of times we so used to the negative being attached to let it go that we think that we're not supposed to let things go, not realizing like that's a part of growth. And when relationships run their course and you're the only one doing work, it's time to let that go. I'm not about to be doing all this work. I'm not mounting this TV by myself. Have you ever mounted a TV by yourself? I have. It's hard. Okay? By the time you finish, you be sitting here like, I ain't doing that. I'm going to knock on my neighbor's door. Hey, when I'm with the TV. Like, it takes two. In relationships, it takes two. So, familyship, relationship, friendship, any relationship, boss ship, work ship, whatever you can put ship at the end. It takes two. It takes more than one. Okay, it might take three, it might take four, whatever you dealing with. But everyone has to be doing their part. And if you come to a realization that no one else is doing their part, you in it alone anyway. You by yourself anyway. Maybe not physically, but mentally you by yourself. And some of us don't realize that we be having all these people around us and we still feel alone. Why? Because you're the only one mentally growing and trying. So when you're the only one mentally growing and trying, you just going to have to be by yourself for a little while. You got to let certain things go. Baby. Ooh, wait. I'm talking to me. You don't understand. I just had an epiphany. Because it was just like... So, like I was saying, to this relationship or whatever, that, I came to the realization. I mean, I didn't know all the details. I just knew, like, all right, I gotta let this go. But now it's just making so much more sense. Like, I understand fully why I'm letting it go. And I'm letting it go because it's not serving me no good. It's not bringing me anywhere. And I'm not bringing them anywhere. You know what I'm saying? Like me, when you become the enabler, you're not helping the other person that you may have this love for. So you truly, either way, have to learn how to walk away with a positive, clear mind and clear conscience. Sorry, I don't know how to say that word that good. I hear it, but for some reason, like my mouth just be not trying to say it. Conscious. I don't know how to say it, guys. I gotta practice. How do you say conscious? I think it's conscious. Okay. You have to really understand that you're not being mean. You're not being evil. You're not being bitter. You're not being rude. You're not being a bad person. You literally have to move out the way for some people. Because as long as you sitting there in a way like you Captain Saver, you literally making things harder and worse for the other person. And I had to learn this with a lot of my relationships. So that's why I think it was really hard for me overall, is because I help so many people. And I've helped my family and I've helped my friends. I'm always, the one that kind of helps. And that's because I genuinely love helping people. Like, I don't help people and just be like, so I helped you with this and I helped you with... No, we're not doing that. If I'm helping you, and that's what a lot of people got to understand too, you need to learn how to help people from a good place. Stop helping people and creating tally marks. Because then quite honestly, you didn't even help them. You just helping your little game that you in, keeping tallies on that person. And that's why I really learned to just let a lot of people just go, is because, like, it wasn't good for my mental health. It was not good for my mental health. I could not but I couldn't think about what they think about me or how they take what I'm telling them. Because no matter what you say, no matter what you do, if they don't do the work that you did, they not going to understand. I even had another friend, and we was real cool. And I literally just wanted a little space, because when you going through what you're going through, you need time to get your thoughts together. You know what I'm saying? You may need time for your coaching session. Maybe your next coaching session ain't for 2 weeks, so you don't want to mess nothing up. So you just need a little time. But you can't even explain that to them, because they not even trying to understand you. They just want what they want. And so sometimes people are who they are. And no matter how much coaching you do, how much therapy you take, you can't do work to try to change someone else. No, that person has to go do the work. That person has to be ready. That person has to be willing. So if they're not willing to do what you're doing, to feel better and do better and grow better, you gotta let it go. I saw a post that said, it's so much peaceful when you just let things be. And it's true. And when the time comes, and your time come, or y'all time come for y'all to be back together, what they say, if it's bound to be, it'll be. It'll be. You can't be breaking your back, calling people, telling them what you think, no, because that's gonna just keep putting fuel to the fire. They already mad about such and such, and you gonna add to that? Don't add, baby. Subtract. Subtract yourself from the equation. Problem solved. Because now no one can say that you're doing this. No one can say. Now they still gonna say, "Oh, dang, my battery. My battery always gonna die." Anyway, I got 10%. That means I got 10 minutes. They're gonna try to say that you just this bad person. Like they're mad at you. So because they're mad at you, or they're not getting what they want out of you, they're going to paint you out to be everything in the book but what it is. And it's important that you understand that you can't change the way people see or view you. And it's never your job. When you're trying to grow and you're trying to get where you're trying to go, and you letting people go, and you doing it in a peaceful way, even in the most peaceful way, they gonna still see fire. And it's just how people are. And time will tell. So don't be letting people go and you owe them money. That's different. You know what I'm saying? Don't be letting people go and you curse them out. Don't be letting people go and they trying. They literally trying. You see their efforts. You hear what they saying. If that's the case, we ain't talking about that. Okay? But when you let people go, meaning they want to leave your life, they being disrespectful, they, not supportive, they talk behind your back, they bring you negative energy all the time, that's when you gotta put yourself first and just be like, okay, I know that what I did to you was never harmful and never intentionally. And if this is you, obviously. And if you've done nothing but positive things and they've twisted it and turned it, it's time to go. I remember a couple of situations, but I'm trying to think of a good one that I could talk about, because I don't be trying to put nobody out there. I don't want to talk about things that have gray areas. So that's what I'm really thinking right now, because I want it to be solid. Solid as a rock. There's a song. Oh. Yeah, we could talk about this. Why not? No, because I said I'm going to let that go. And if I talk about it, I ain't let it go. So wait. New one. Hold on. don't understand. I just be like, dang. Oh, okay. Yeah, no, this one because I already kind of mentioned this one. The friend that I was talking about. We could continue with that one. Hold on. Sorry. But I had the same friend that was not the relationship. I don't know if I was talking about that on this video. Anyway, oh yeah, I was saying that what a friend I had a friend that was basically saying like I just needed a little space. Now, I didn't say it rudely. I was just basically going through something and basically saying like I just needed a little space. You know, I just needed a little space. And they was confused. They was like, space. My friends don't take space. You know, and I was just like, I can't have space. That's weird. You know, I thought it was kind of weird that when I asked for space, it became a negative thing. But when so now I just remembered another situation. We can't make space negative, right? So when we communicate with a friend like, "Hey, I need space," it's like when a friend, maybe a friend goes through something traumatic, like, oh yeah, sorry, I feel like I'm keeping y'all out the loop, and I'm saying everything in my head, but all right, so I got it together. So I had two different friends, right? One friend, I communicated that I wanted just a little space, just for me, not nothing that they did. They didn't do nothing. I was just going through my own stuff that I just needed some space, and they want me to have space. And ever since I asked for that space, I felt like the friendship just kind of just disappeared. And I was just like, wow, how can a friendship end? All the things that we talk about and do end because one of your friends wants space. So that's where you gotta learn to just let it be, let it go. Because if you sit and try to figure it out and get into it with them and go too far, and you know for a fact you ain't do nothing wrong. I saw this one post too. It was like, if you gotta show them text messages, you not crazy. But it's true. Like, you know for a fact, like you wasn't rude, you didn't do anything, this and that, then that's when you gotta just be able to let it go, because it's like sometimes the friendship isn't as real as we think. Sometimes friendships or familyships or relationships or whatever, it can be toxic. So that's why it's good to just let it go and to deal with toxicity, because it doesn't get better, like I said, until two people is doing the work. And then I had another friend, this is a different one, where they wanted space, but they didn't communicate that they wanted space. And I feel like that's kind of wrong. And the best way, if you want the relationship to work, is just communicate things. And if they come back apologizing, like, hey, I'm sorry, my fault, then that's up to you. People, I believe I do believe in second chances. So if someone come and apologize and know that they did something wrong, that's a way to move forward. That's a perfect way to move forward, because it's like they apologizing, they admitting they wrong. And they, even if they going through something, they admit they wrong and they willing to move forward. That's a good friend, I think. Let me know if you think otherwise. So, and even with that friendship, I can say that, and I know I'm not disclosing no names, but even with that friendship, I had to find peace and let it go too, because it was like, it started being, it started feeling fake. It didn't feel, when a friend feels real around you. Like, I remember way back in the day, like, I used to be so close to my friends that I would feel comfortable crying around my friends. That's when I know a friend makes me feel like a friend, because I was able to shed a tear in front of you and not feel like I got to go apologize for it after. Like, oh my God, what if I'm weak and stuff like that. Like, it's okay to have that little bit of vulnerability and not apologize for it. And that's a little sidebar, but overall, when things not when things aren't going your way, okay, let me just clear that up. Some of us, we so spoiled in a sense, like, oh, it needs to go like this and like this and like this and like this and like this. No, it's about meeting in the middle. So when you could meet in the middle with somebody and you could make things, you could talk things out, you could have conversations. That's when things are great. Not great because nothing's perfect or whatever, but that's when things are. You can handle that. Like, all the friends I have now, like, we have a nice mutual understanding of things. We respect each other's space. We not arguing. We just telling each other to have a good day. It's just positive. And that's where you have to learn to, like, let things go so that you could just be more positive and uplifting, because we can't just be sitting around arguing about nothing. Mad about nothing. Mad about water. It's no time for that. A little bit of time, maybe, like, y'all going through a little rough rock, but let that rough rock happen and don't hold on to that rough rock for like 30 years. Let that rough rock skip it right on up in the water. So, all right, guys, because my battery is going to die. And I feel like I got a little touchy on this one. I did not expect to be talking about all of this, but hey, I want y'all to really get my point. I want y'all to really feel that you're gonna have those feelings and emotions, and it's gonna be, little tug of war, tug of war, tug of war. But when it's time to decide if you want to let something go, or hold on to it, ask yourself: do you see yourself living? Can you live and survive in life without it? Is it beneficial for both of you, not just them or not just you? You don't want to be selfish, so you want to just ask yourself, can you really be a great friend to that person, and can that person be a great friend to you in return? Because it may not be 50-50, maybe it's 60-40, in that range. You know what I mean? 45 and, what is it, 55? Am I counting right? Yeah. So, it should be balanced off enough. It's not going to be sitting there weighing it, you know what I'm saying, looking at it, trying to make sure it's perfect. It's never going to be perfect. But it should be well balanced. And that's what we need in our life. We need good balance. A little bit of this, a little bit of that, a little bit of this, a little bit of that, a little bit of this. We can't have too much of something, because remember, too much of anything isn't good. So too much toxicity, honey, it's time to let that go. Whew. I think this is one of my favorite videos. Alright, guys. Coach Amelia Adair here, and I will see you guys at my next video. Bye for now.